Force 38, the 38th episode. Sensing that the second episode of the arc has started, our arcly villain Trappy the Trapskirt runs away. Except she still shows up later to the space testing thing. And of course, after she attempted to murder Excitable Girl, Fearsengard just wants the two to play nice. And to needlessly embellish this, what he's exactly like is, come on, Excitable Girl's cool. Check it out, I bet she'll win this space test thing cause she's got heart or something. But it falls on deaf ears, or rather it just pisses off Trappy the Trapskirt, pissing us straight to the intro sequence. The intro which introduces us to a familiar sight, a sight of the Space Monster Generals discussing their plan to do the thing they do every night. Try to find more Space Monster Generals. So yeah, I can't do brain apparently. And in the meantime, Trappy the Trapskirt's just gonna attack civilians to fill time. Luckily, Donna Troy was stalking Trappy, so he standstills the crap out of her by making her explode and regenerate. We'll keep this up for as long as it takes, Troy taunts. For friendship, and definitely not because you're prettier than me. And I want your bitchy face to regenerate into Sylvester McCoy. Bored with and unable to make out Troy's voice, Trappy the Trapskirt changes back to human form and just walks off. Meanwhile, later, Fearsengard finds the Green-Eyed Man and Vega. To remind you, the Green-Eyed Man is the school's director, and Vega is the director's bodyguard? Well, Fearsengard finds them to ask if they know how the hell Excitable Girl passed that last test, because being the supportive friend he is, he sees no redeeming factors in her. But sadly, the Green-Eyed Man is the main villain of the show, and as such, can't really give away the moral of the arc, but he still kindly points Fearsengard to the guest actress who can. Right after Fearsengard leaves, though, Vincent Vega takes his lunch break to beat the shit out of Fearsengard for getting in the Green-Eyed Man's space. You see, Vega's got a bit of a man crush on the Green-Eyed Man. It's adorable. During this ass-kicking, Vega must have hit Fearsengard's perceptiveness to the off position, because despite Vega announcing his motivation in monster form, Fearsengard gets distracted by, I don't know, a light on the ground. And it completely flies over him. Meanwhile, later, the space tune-in testings have gotten to the final stage. It's a race, potentially wacky in nature. Or not, since Trappy the Trapskirt immediately breaks off from her team to implied tentacle rape Excitable Girl. Trappy the Trapskirt skips around like nothing happened afterwards, but Fearsengard flies in from space in front of her. To remind you, Fearsengard can go into space freely at any time. So he flies in from space to rub it in Trappy the Trapskirt's face that he can freely go into space at any time, and also to tell Trappy that while off screen, he has learned of Excitable Girl's one space-worthy attribute. That attribute is heart. Yes, called it. For without heart, Space Captain Planet will be a jerk. Oh yeah, we also find out it really was Excitable Girl who took the thing during the robot building thing, but that was just a sadistic test the teachers gave some of the students to see if they would betray their fellow astronauts while blindly following orders. Excitable Girl did this, so she passed. For as important as heart is, it's more important that she would sabotage the mission for any of her superiors. Why hell, they didn't even say she couldn't share her instructions, but she kept her trap shut. So on learning this, Trappy has a change of heart about Excitable Girl. So she goes off to where she left Excitable Girl, uses her magic healing water stuff to heal Excitable Girl's tentacle rape wounds, and the two finish the race together. Although everyone did kinda ditch their partners for someone else, so they're all disqualified. Yeah, that's it. That's why they're not going to follow this up with an actual reward or someone going into space or something. Also, that must be why Trappy the Trap Aquapussy is gearing up for a final fight with Fearsengard. It's because Heart didn't win out in the end, and definitely not because Trappy the Trap Aquapussy concedes defeat but still has a weird crush on the Green-Eyed Man, so has to fight. Trappy loses her regenerating powers quickly, though, because Fearsengard looked up a guide on how to beat her. You see, the trick is to smash both her right and her left shoulder bits at the same time, so they don't revive the main form. So with a few spams of Luminaire and Antipode, Fearsengard gets that done quick-like, and soon enough she's beaten. Of course, Strawberry Ice Cream Head Lady just teleports Aquapussy away, but Fearsengard for some reason is too sad to notice that keeps happening. Conclusitioning us to the Green-Eyed Man, he's still in a really good mood for some reason, reason, so instead of the Phantom Zone, Trappy the Trapskirt just gets the amnesia treatment, cause she did such a great job losing her will to fight and then just outright losing to Fjarsengard. Which gets us to the proper end of the episode, with Fjarsengard taking advantage of yet another amnesiac girl by telling her that he was once her friend. Aww. And that's the arc. My thoughts? Well, the students really took that 70 hours in a white room thing in stride. Plus, the green-eyed man has kind of been forgetting to be villainous lately. Fjarsengard was right in front of him. He knows who he is. He could have just killed the kid, or at least used his hypnotic green-eyed man with yellow eyes thing on him. Well, I guess I like this arc all the same. Particularly its lack of crab battles. So next time it's Forza's Nords, the Skyrim addiction. Else it's Forza's Nords, the Blue Balls crisis. Until then, good night and Generator Gall.